Good job, buddy. P1 right there.
What is going on, guys, and welcome to Season 25, Race 2 here in the No Toad Racing League. 15 guys so far have logged in to brave the daunting task of racing here at Darlington. And once again, I just did a race here, and this this track is difficult. Especially 3 and 4. These cars like it wicked Tyson. Let's see if we can't ride along here possibly with Mr. Willoughby and see what he is doing there on track. As you see there, Willoughby's getting to the gas a little bit too soon. One interesting thing I saw is he was actually downshifting in the third. Kind of threw me off. I know downshifting in the fourth, we see a lot of people do, but third, Chase is spinning out. Chase hardly know where to go. And that's gonna be another tricky thing there. Thankfully, I went to TJ Warden, and he showed you how hard it is to get on pit lane here. Also, with it being Darlington, we will go through the schemes as they are doing their qualifying laps. But a lot of these guys are running a throwback scheme. Wait for guys to get loaded up on track. Chase Harding goes out on track. During qualifying, let's go ahead and we'll take a quick look at what everyone's schemes are looking like when they put times in. Chase Harding running a NASCAR racing scheme. I forget who ran that back in the day. Mitchell Williams running the old Greg Biffle scheme. I think Dillingham's just running his usual 89 scheme. Alex Chase is running. Wow, that is an old scheme. I can't remember who ran that scheme. Tyler Lamb with a fancy John Deere scheme. Loxon with a good old Dell Senior Goodwrench scheme. Dell Senior having a lot of success here at Darlington. As you'll have to excuse me tonight, allergies are kicking my butt. So, little stuffed up, but we'll get the show rolling. As Mr. TJ Warren running an old Mark Martin scheme. I think that Mark Martin scheme is one of the few schemes I like with the numbers pushed forward that they used to run back in the day. Look at Justin. There's a good one. Justin Adams, the good old Jimmy Johnson scheme. If I remember correctly, that was one of his Charlotte schemes. I want to say late 2010s. I might be wrong on that, though. Sarge is running. Sarge also running a good old Dell Senior scheme. In the meantime, Alex Chase getting that pole position to 29-7. Tyler Lamb in second. Jeff Traub in third. And that's a really close battle right there. Who haven't we looked at yet? I don't think we've looked at Willoughby's yet. No, we have not. Willoughby running the good old Petty scheme. Looks weird on Toyota. As Christian Loxton's going to grab the pole. And say that Willoughby's going to get the pole. And look at those top 4 times. Top 5, all within a 10th. One of the tricky things here, though, is going to be Tyler. We saw it in the actual race. You guys watched the race. Tyler, a big issue here at Darlington. This track loves eating up tires. I believe these guys only have a limited amount of tire sets as well. Actually, while qualifying's going on, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Wow, they only have 3 extra set of tires? Oh boy. Wow. Oh, Mr. Benjamin Nelson got here in time. I was supposed to meet up with him today, but I ended up not going to the race, so he just loaded in. Unfortunately for Nelson, I don't know if he's going to be able to get a lap down, so he's going to be making his way through the field. That 4 is P1. Book it. Simone, I will say this, though. With how these guys have been racing, I fully intend to see this being a fuel race, as Chase Harden is going to get himself in the P2 position. I don't know when he ran that lap. I thought he ran one already. Man, I hate allergies. I think Tyler Lems is still out there getting practice. We're right on board with him for the last 20 seconds. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no, he's getting pit lane entrance practice as... yeah, pit lane's a little tricky here. Well, while qualifying's empty, let's go ahead and look at the race info we got here. Luckily for these guys, Darlington wasn't too hot today. I think they go for realistic weather. So 83 degrees outside. Track temp gonna be at a cool 94 degrees. As we go over our starting lineup real quick. Let me have that real quick. Alright, starting lineup. Joseph will be getting that pole position. Chase Harding gonna be outside pole. Row 2, we got Christian Loxton and Alex Chase. Row 3, Tyler Lem and Mitchell Williams. Row 4, defending champ Michael Nash and Jess Trop. Row 5, Alan Slider Dixon and Justin Adams. Row 6, Matt Forns and Eric Dillingham. Row 7, you'll have Gary Sargent and Benjamin Nelson. Round out the field, Duke Davis and TJ Warren. I wonder if I can get a good camera here of all these guys out here. All these nice paint schemes they have. I think TV2 would work pretty well. Oh, 145 laps, 3 extra set of tires, and they're going to have to be used wisely. As if we get a caution with I would even say 10 to go, and you don't have a tire set left, it could be a tough battle for you to stay up front. Those watching chat, who do you guys got taking away this win here tonight after these 145 laps? I mean, Benjamin Nelson, you gotta throw his name out there. Always seems to be fast. What is he running? Is he running the old Tony Stewart scheme? He is. Benjamin Nelson's always a quick guy, but he's having to make his way through the whole field. Will be showing has speed. Chase Harden, if he can stay off the wall, I like to call him Chase Wallbang Harden. If he stays off the wall, he has a shot. These guys come out of turn 4. We're going to go to the Barney cam. He's going to wave the green flag, and we are jumped that a little bit. We are underway for 145 laps here at Darlington. Ooh, early on, someone all the way down to the apron. That's not sure who that was. Oops, car number. That was a 16. That was an early half of Mitchell Williams and like Greg Biffle's team. Got loose or something, a corner entry. He shot all the way down below. And the interesting thing about Darlington is there's really only one lane here, especially 3 and 4. So these guys running side by side. It's pretty impressive. Now if we go back to the lead, Chase Harden putting pressure on Joseph Willoughby. We go down the backstretch here on lap 2. Christian Loxon right there with them. Interesting to see the different lines these guys are running already. And Benjamin Nelson. Oh, Eric Dillingham having issues. I think he crashed. Let's go back and see what happened there to the 89. Oh, it gets in the wall, and oh, Sarge was there. Oh no, lock it down. Not too big of contact there for the 89. Able to back it up and keep going. Go back live. Chase Harden getting the lead from Joseph Willoughby. Oh, and he's going to go up and scrape the wall, but he gets by. Chase Harden already getting himself a Darlington stripe. Getting a little loose there off of 2. So does the 26 and 54. Chase Harden will have plenty of time to live up to his nickname here at Darlington, as they don't call it the Darlington stripe for nothing. But you got a pretty good breakaway with, let's say, probably the top 7. Jess Traub, the rear of this pack, and then you got about a 1.5 gap to Benjamin Nelson, who started towards the rear of the field, already up 5 spots in that P8 position. Look out for Chase. He got he's like yeah. Simone, if Chase can, I think Dumpster Yak Simone. If Chase can keep it off the wall here or minimize his wall contact, he has a pretty good shot, finishing pretty well. Oh, if I say that, oh, will he be hard into the wall? But that's the great thing with these next gens is you can get away with banging the wall and really not affect the aero too much. I would know. I think I smacked that wall about 100 times in 183 laps when I raced this race about an hour ago. Chase Harden grabbing the early lead. As Nelson really not able to make too much ground, still stuck in that P8 position. The other big mover of the race, Duke Davis, he's up 5 spots as well in 10th. But luckily we got our stuff figured out, so we're not bugging out tonight. We got another battle brewing for the 4th position. No, 5th position. My apologies. Oh, and they're having to go around the lap car. You know, Christian Loxon manages his way around. He's catching them in turn 1 here. And that's the tricky thing about Darlington is lap traffic. There's really nowhere you can go with lap traffic. You just got to kind of hold it steady at the top or bottom, and hopefully the guy getting around you doesn't get too tight like that right there. And that was an interesting line Loxon just ran. He ran all the way below the white line there, trying to get around the 89, just couldn't complete the pass, and the 89's really holding up these guys. But nothing Will Dillingham's doing wrong. He just has nowhere to go here at Darlington. That's really stacking up the field. About P3 and back, unable to get around his 89. Oh, and he can get loose on corner exit. Loxon looks to the inside. You have Mr. Michael Nash in tow going into turn 3. Walking all the way down low, trying to get around him. Now Nash looking to the inside of the Lem. Side by side they go out of turn 4. Nash unable to get that pass, and Lem had that momentum coming from the top line. Meantime, Chase Harden is still your leader, out by about a half a second. These guys do have one faster pair. I believe they have 70% fuel. Chase Harden really starting to build up that lead, and if I'm Chase, I'm gonna start taking a little bit easy here. You got about a 3/4 of a second lead. There's no need to push the car too much and wear out those tires. Chase Harden looking really good here early on, as Mr. Benjamin Nelson, Professor himself, has made his way up to P6, now chasing down this group of cars. About 4.5 seconds off the leader, Chase. But if there's anything this man knows how to do more than anybody else, it is save his tires. And a track like this, that is everything. Nash looking back to the inside of Tire Lem. He can try to get a 2 for 1 here. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Looking like the 16 had issues. This one's seen on track. TJ Warren and Mitchell Williams. Back to see what happened here with the 16. Oh! Oh! That was... Oh, God! That was fine. Let's take another look at that real quick. Gonna try to get another camera angle. Yeah, I think the 16, if you take another look at that, the 16 was trying to... Whoops, a little bit more. 16 was just trying to go down to avoid the 48, who had got slowed up a little bit, and the 49 was there, and around he went. And this can be an interesting strategy on who comes to pit lane here, take tires. Because if you take tires here, you're down to just 2 sets. Well, I'll probably take fuel for sure, but tires? I don't know. Yeah, that was a double ouch. 16 hard impact into the wall. Fortunately for the 16 of Mitchell Williams, he's not looking too bad damage-wise. We'll take a close look at the bumper. If I'm the 16, get that damage fixed. Don't use your fast repair here. See what he does. He enters pit box. Oh, he overshot it. Yeah, he thought otherwise. He's gonna let that damage get fixed. He's gonna take tires here. He's gonna be down to 2 sets. Well, while we're under caution, let's go ahead and bring down the professor himself. Hey, what's going on, Benjamin? I think in the booth got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, you made it.
Yeah, I was booking it here. Keep all the traffic out of the place because I left right when the check was through. And I had a lot of things working against me on that. Like, I joined and I didn't have any of my stuff hooked up and my headset wasn't working and all that stuff.
Yeah, man, so you got to start in the back of the field. I know passing here is hard, man, talking through your strategy throughout this race. I saw you were a little bit off pace from the leader, Chase, but it seemed like you're just trying to save your tires.
I was trying to feel the car out because I haven't ever driven this car here, so I was trying to
wow.
wreck it. Yeah. But I got a feel of it, so we'll see how it goes.
Man, good luck, and sorry about that. Plans changed, and I forgot to tell you about it, but all good, man. Good luck in the race.
Thank you.
Benjamin Nelson out here has no practice in these cars, and that's hard here at Darlington. These cars drive so much differently than anything else I've driven here. They are a whole different beast. Yeah, if I was at a pit here, which surprisingly no one did. Pace car pulls off. We're gonna go to the Barney camp. and get these guys back underway here. Lap 17 of 145. Chase Harding going to leave him to green. Joseph will be on his outside. And Gary Sargent catches the field just as they go green. Will be on that top line, which is a more dominant line on a restart. Will be the more likely to get the run off the corner. He is. Joseph will be back to the lead here on lap 17. Chase a little bit contact in the wall. Now Christian locks him, looking to his inside going into turn 3. Chase really into the wall there. He's able to hold him off. As one thing about 3 and 4 is you can hit the wall. Whoa! 26 all sorts of loose. You can hit that wall on 3 and 4, really not lose too much ground if you know what you're doing. 1 and 2 though, like we just saw Chase, I wouldn't recommend that. Oh, hard impact to the outside wall coming off of turn 2. That's going to move Benjamin Nelson into the podium as of now, as you see the 26 into the wall. Luckily for Benjamin Nelson, it's a 145 lap race, so he has plenty of time to figure this track out. And looks like they're already starting to figure it out. He's chasing that Christian Locks and he can't quite get around him here. Nelson going to look to the inside of Locks and going into turn 3. Side by side they go. Locks on the outside, going to get a run off on corner exit. No, he's a little loose on corner exit. That's going to allow Michael Nash to get by him for P3. One thing about Darlington is you got to be comfortable running the wall here. You can't be too scared of the wall. It's Chase. I think Chase is going to slow down and say, no. I think he's going to slow down and leave. I think he's coming to pit lane here. Not sure what Chase is doing. He's slowing down a lot. Come on, what is Chase doing? 39 has damage. Oh. I'm thinking when he hit that wall really hard off of 2, it probably gave him the good old toe damage, and that's one thing you do not want here at Darlington. They keep almost saying North Wilkesboro. That's next week. Unfortunately, it will not be broadcasted. Going to that race myself, and there is no way I'm coming back in time because the race itself does not start till 8. And not to mention parking for that race, I have to park 8.5 miles away and catch a tram to the, or a shuttle to the track. Why are you parking 8.5 miles away, you ask? Because if I wanted to park trackside, it's $100. And I said, nope, I'll pay 30, I'll park 8.5 miles away. Will be looking strong here early on as Nelson chase him down. A little bit there loose is Justin Adams having issues at the start-finish line. I don't think he's going to bring out a caution. See what happened here to 48. Woo! I don't know who that was in front of him, but man, that was a hard impact to the wall. Who was that running right in front of him? I want to ride cockpit with him. 33 at Dixon. Let's go ahead and get a cockpit view of this real quick. Like cockpit with Dixon here as this happens. Ah, it wasn't as close as I thought it was. Unfortunately, 48 gonna have to go to pit lane and use his fast repair. Get that damage fixed. And he can go 1 if not 2 laps down. But Nelson is slowly but surely taking away to his lead. And take a look at the last lap times. Nelson and Nash running about the same lap times. That time by will be match him on lap times, getting the wall there a little bit going into turn 1. As that 43 scheme, he's seen victory lane multiple times here. What a run off of turn 2 that 125 got. Really closed that gap going down the backstretch. Yep, good old Darlington stripe. And like I said about these next gens, you can't really tell they get a Darlington stripe too much. I mean, you can see him hit the wall, but there's really not a lot of damage on that right side that you see in like the Gen 6s, the trucks, or Xfinity cars. You hit the wall, one of those, you can tell. Nelson's going to get the pass for the lead here going into turn 3. That he lost all talent. I never knew he had talent. Oh, Nelson getting loose off of turn 4. Currently about a three-way battle for the lead here. 18, 125, and 60. All within half a second. 18 getting really loose on exit 2. Oh. Gonna allow Nelson to look to the inside yet again here going into 3. Oh, really loose off of 3. And oh, there goes Nash. Oh. No caution yet. Let's go back and watch that right there in corner exit. That was just a production of him trying to avoid the guy in front of him. See if 18 get loose, and oh no, Nash just lost it himself. Does a great job not to come back up in traffic. Really good job. Locks it down, and we stay green. I thought Nash lost to try to avoid the 18. He just got loose in corner exit there, and it took Nelson 30 laps, but he's back up to where we used to see him with TJ Warren having issues.
Caution.
And that's going to bring out the caution as we go watch what happened here to the 49 Martin. What's a Martin Truex? Martin scheme. Looks like off of 4 again. That seems to be everyone's kryptonite. Oh, don't hit the wall. He's already out of a faster pair. Oh, no, he's not. The 48 is. And he just gets stuck up in the wall. And now I see people possibly taking tires. Maybe. If you're watching, chat, what do you think? Do we see people come and take tires, or is it just fuel from here? Oh. Will be coming in. Oh, did he get a black flag for that? Oh, okay. I thought he passed the leader for a second. Joseph Willoughby, Duke Davis, Gary Sargent, Williams, Matt Forrest, Alan Dixon, Michael Nash all coming to pit lane. Everyone else staying out. Oh. Speaking of Mr. Slider, let's go ahead and slide him down here. Wait for me to get a pit lane. Oh, they're getting damage fixed. Everyone's still on pit lane. We'll wait for Slider to exit pits. Don't want to screw up his pit exit or anything like that. Oh, he's still in pits. We'll pull Mr. Slider down. Hey, what's going on, Slider? You got a copy?
I do.
Hey, man, it looks like you got yourself some Darlington stripe ready here in this race. Talk us through what's going on so far.
Yeah, just can't quite get a handle on what the car wants and how it feels, and so I've overdrove it a couple of times and swatted the wall. So, you know, as tires start to wear, it becomes harder and harder to figure out exactly what you need, but we'll get there.
Now, is your kryptonite off of 4 or off of 2?
I've had more problems off of, well, not really off of 4, middle of 3 and 4, with the wall. But anytime I've gotten to the wall for 2 is generally a mistake I made with my line.
I got you. I bet you're happy these next gens are built like tanks, because if we were in a Gen 6 still, you would be suffering more than you are right now.
Oh yeah, after all that, I didn't have but 25 seconds worth of damage, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Alright, man. Good luck the rest of the race.
Appreciate it, Isaac.
That's Mr. Slider himself. Was running up there pretty good, as we'll go back to Mr. Benjamin Nelson. We'll get an idea of what everyone's looking like on pit stops. How many people we got here? 16. There's all 16 drivers. Dillingham out of the race, Harden out of the race, so we'll narrow it down to 14. So there's their stint lengths. You see the top 5 yet to pit. Joseph will be on fresh tires, and everyone else behind him had pitted that time by. So they took tires, they're going to be hauling. If they did it and they took fuel, they're going to be struggling. So we'll see here. And if it stays green, if this stays green, and Wilby took tires and fuel, this might be the winning move. But that's the biggest thing. It has to stay green for Wilby to really get the benefits on pitting here. Because, I mean, if we keep having these cautions, you know, every 15, 20 laps, everyone's pit strategy is going to be different. Roll through 3 and 4. We'll go to the Barney cam here in a second. Pacer's going to pull off. Benjamin Nelson back to where you've seen him in the lead, leading the field of green here. Coming to lap 35 of 145.
Green flag, green flag.
Barney gets that green flag going. Benjamin Nelson was a great restart there, really leaving a 26 in the dust. That's where Christian Lawson looked to the inside going into 1 and 2. That 26 is going to have that momentum coming off the top side. Lawson going to have the tuck in behind him. Almost contact there. And I wonder if when the last time we saw the same paint scheme win the same night that car won the race. We saw that 24 get to victory lane earlier, and if we can see that 24 victory lane again, I wonder when the last time it happened here in No-Tome. Same paint scheme, the same car number. That'd be interesting. Here comes Joseph Wilby on fresher tires, trying to make his way back to the front. Gary Sargent, he's on fresher tires as well. How about good old Matt Fords? He's had a quiet race and cracked himself into the top 10, currently running in that 7th position. Oh, I hate allergies. We're back live as Joseph Wilby getting around that 24 for 4th place. Gary Sargent looking to take that spot over as well. I'll say one thing though, even with tire wear being the way it is, even on fresh tires, it is so hard to pass because they get such a runoff as Trav is just stuck in that wall. He's got at least 2 positions in 1 corner. Matt Ford's up in the P6. Meantime, Benjamin Nelson building about a 4/10 of a second lead over the 26 of Tyler Lem. Benjamin Nelson still leading the field as looks like, oh, there goes Jeff Traub getting a little loose there. He's going to put Duke Davis in the P7. Michael Nash now looking to get around him on the outside going into turn 1. And Michael Nash, another guy trying to make his way back to the front, was running in the top 3 when he got loose coming off a 4. So far making a pretty good rebound running in that P8 position. Here comes all the guys on fresh tires. Fornes, Willoughby, Sargent, all pitted last time by. Oh, the 3. Oh, I thought they were about to go 3 wide. Gary Sargent backs off a little bit. Oh, Willoughby into the wall for 2. And you gotta be careful hitting that wall too hard off of 2, as it will grip your toes. Willoughby hard into the wall. He's going to have to nurse that thing all the way around. Let's go back and ride on board here with Willoughby and see exactly what happened in his cockpit. Oh, nope, that's Loxton. On car. There we go, that's the right car. Here's Willoughby. Gets in the wall and sends it around, and unfortunately, a ton of damage there. It looks like Willoughby has some more issues again. See what happened here to the 18 car. I think it's coming to pit lane. He just spun it. Yeah. Luckily, he's already using a facet pair. Tough break there for Willoughby. Had some laps led and really is looking good on the fresh tires. Now it's really going to move Gary Sargent, who, if this stays green, he might benefit from it staying green. He's running a really cool looking Dell Senior scheme. The whole front is blacked out. It looks really cool. Oh, who was that in the wall? It's Christian Loxton into the wall. Coming out of 4. If we take a look at some lap times compared to the leader, Gary Sargent running a little quicker than Nelson. Not a lot, though. Oh, Slider having a little bit of issues in the back. This time by the lap times come into SDK. Gary Sargent ever so slowly clicking down on that lead to Benjamin Nelson. Another key to having to be able to win this race is getting on and off pit lane. You see Gary really starting to close in on that back bumper of Tyler Lim. Tyler's starting to struggle a little bit here. Gary's going to look to the inside, rolling through 1 and 2. And Lem pancakes the wall and corner exit. Gary Sargent into P2. Gary Sargent now going to try the daunting task of chasing down the professor. And he ain't called professor for no reason. He is fast on every track we go to. Even when we were in Gen 4s at Daytona last Monday, Nelson was still up there leading the majority of that race with Johnny Brugg. And ARCA will be live again tomorrow night. Gen 4 action at Auto Club. But Nelson with a 2.6 second lead over this 28 machine. And I think the tires are starting to even out. Not seeing Gary really gain a lot of time. He gains a lot there in entrance of 3. And he keeps the momentum through the corner exit. He can. Gary Sargent with a really good 3 and 4, starting to close that gap. And I just realized who's behind him. the 60 of Michael Nash back to where he was when he spun out coming off of 4. Oh, there was a pilot behind him, almost Tyler Lamb into the wall. Duke Davis got involved. While Matt Fornes had passed them, and Tyler Lamb still having issues. Duke Davis in the top 5 first time here tonight. Matt Fornes in the top 5 for the first time here tonight. Oh, and there goes the 40 and a corner exit. Justin Adams was a wild ride, able to keep it going straight. Dixon into the wall through 1 and 2. That gap now to the lead, now down to 1.8. Tyler Lamb is coming to pit lane. More than likely a scheduled pit stop for that 26 machine. Nelson coming to pit lane. Let's hand the lead over to the Sarge. Here on lap 52, and he's going to be able to run this for a bit. Now the question is, will Sarge be able to make it on one more stop, or is he a 2-stopper from here? And that the same question goes to the 125. Can he make it one more stop here? Because if he can go one more stop, but Sarge has to go 2, I mean, that's going to hand it back over to Nelson. But if they're both one-stop strategies, that could be interesting. So Nelson back on track, a lap down. Really about a lap and a half. Oh, there goes Sarge getting loose and corner exit, collects it. Great job in there by Gary. And we've seen a lot of people get loose off of 4, and that's going to hand the lead over to Kevin. God dang it. Michael Nash. I keep saying Kevin Nash. Ooh, Sergeant Hart on the wad, too. Everyone's starting to spread it out a little bit here. If we take a look at some stint lengths real quick. Nelson just pitted. Chase pitted 9 laps ago. Lamb, Locks, and Traub all recently pitted. That's why those guys are currently scored a lap down. And good old Matt Fornes running in P3 as of right now. Matt Fornes running P3, Duke Davis 4th, Alan Dixon, even with the struggles he had, and he's currently running in the 5th position. Oh, and Mitchell Williams running in 6th, makes pretty good impact with that outside wall. They got the 125 who was a lap down behind him, trying to get his lap back and get as much track position as he can until the 60 comes to pit lane. All we got is a long green flag run. Let's take a couple laps around in the cockpit of the 60, and I will be right back. Alright, we are back live. Michael Nash building that lead to just about 2.5 seconds. Benjamin Nelson still really hasn't made up a lot of ground on the fresh tires. That's the crazy thing about that. I mean, he's only running about 7/10 quicker, and that's kind of crazy with the different stint lengths he have. Nelson on 8-lap old tires, Nash on 30-lap old tires, and Nash is running only a 7/10 slower than Nelson. Not even that, about 4/10 slower. So Nash probably won't have to come to pit lane until, if we take a look at this, they ran 52 laps on fuel, and that was with 2 cautions, so probably about 48 laps. So Nash will probably come to pit lane in the next 16 laps, so possibly around lap 80. And I think Nash and everyone who pitted there on lap 31, they got to pit 2 more times. Well, I think Nelson, all of them, only got pit once. There's your last week's winner, the 125 of Benjamin Nelson. Working his way around Duke Davis in P4. And haven't caught a Duke Davis paint scheme yet. Duke Davis, a good old Terry Labonte throwback when he ran Frosted Flakes and Kellogg's and all that cereal. But no real battles going out there on track right now. We do got offsetting pit strategy going on with people pitting on lap 30 and people pitting on lap 50 something. Here comes Joseph Willie back on track, 14 laps down. That's a tough break for Joseph, as he was running really good. Just one mistake kind of cost him there. That's the tough thing about Darlington. Even the best of drivers have issues here. But Benjamin Nelson now on the same straightaway as the leaders. Still scored a lap down. Still has yet to get that lap back. Take a look at the lap times yet again. Last time by, Nelson was actually a little bit slower than the leader. That time by was a... Oh wow, that last time by he was actually a second quicker. So he must have got caught up in some traffic the lap prior to this. And here in about 2-3 laps, we will be to the halfway point. But Here on lap 71, Michael Nash leading the way with a 5-second lead over Gary Sargent. If you're just tuning in, offsetting pit strategies has thrown a wrench in some of these guys' plan. You see, you have to pop up on your screen. Top 6 on 39 lap old tires, as the next 4 behind them only on about 17, 18 lap old tires. So this could be a fuel strategy race. I do not think Nash and them can make it a one more stop, but I'm almost positive Nelson, Lim, and Loxton could. But with this being Darlington, a crash can happen at any moment. Someone can get loose off of a corner. We go back here to Dixon. Oh, as I see that, there goes Dixon getting a little bit looser, rolling through 1 and 2. No, 3 and 4 that was. Lamb and the 48 going by of Adams. And here comes Loxton by as well. Now we got Battle Brew for that 5th position, as that mistake has allowed Mitchell Williams to catch up to the back bumper of Alan Dixon. And here comes Jess Traub on newer tires. Whoa, Dixon get loose again. His track is tough. It really is. Oh, well, I gotta look at this again. I'm almost curious. Huh. So, looking at this, if Michael Nash and all the guys they pitted on lap 39 can stretch their fuel out 12 more laps, that would almost be split when we went green flag racing in half. That's 12 more laps will put this race, even 10 more laps, they might be able to do it. Possibly. As Nelson gets around the 60 and Nash and puts himself back on the lead lap. Oh, and here comes Nash to pit lane, so he can't. Yeah, Nash is gonna have to pit at least one more time after this.
The yellow flag is out.
And as Nash was coming to pit lane, the yellow came out. The question is, did he get a black flag for that? No. As that's what caused the caution. Contact between the 54 and 33. If we take another look at that real quick. Oh, looks like the 54 of Alex Chase has driven it a little too deep and put Dixon in the wall. And Dixon doing his best Kyle Larson impersonation and just pushing him down the track. So that caution right there is really going to help out Nash, as he should be able to get the lead from this. Unless he went a lap. I don't think he went a lap down, did he? Well, let's go. Let's go back a lap and let's watch when he entered pit lane. Did he just drive through or did he service his car? The yellow's out. I was curious if he just drove through. I'm wondering why. I would have serviced my car right here. Yeah, he just drove through. Huh. Well, we're under caution. Unfortunately, Nash is not in a chat room. Larson, yeah, that's what I was saying, Larson repeat. Huh, I'm kind of curious why he just didn't, get repairs done. Or not repairs, get tires put on right there. That's Nelson, the only car staying out right there. I wish he was in the chat room so we could talk to him. I'm kind of curious why he didn't pull it out into his pit box and put tires and fuel in right there. Because he could have. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but as long as you enter pit lane before the yellow flag comes out, you can complete your pit stop. I think it's like that in iRacing and real life NASCAR. I mean, if you're watching, I'm wrong, let me know. But that's really going to shake things up. Going to put Nelson back in the lead. Duke Davis, Matt Forns. They're going to be restarting second and third. Michael Nash, P3. Alan Dixon, who's involved in that wreck, still going to be able to kind of keep in the top 5. As Loxton and Traub going to get their last back, as well as the 54 of Alex Chase. So 11 guys left on the lead lap. You got 2 cars multiple laps down and 3 currently out of the race. Yeah, I'm still really confused on what's going on with Nash. Anyways, Pace gonna pull off. Nelson Davis gonna lead us back to green here. 82 of 145.
Green flag, green flag.
Nelson getting a really good jump here. As we got a side-by-side battle for that P2 position between Davis and Matt. To say that Davis getting a really good entry into turn 1 as Nelson starting to really pull away from the field, even on really old tires. When I say really old, he's on 30 lap old tires, still pulling away from the field on fresh tires. So these two are buddies, so it's going to be interesting to see how they race each other. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they're in a chat room in another Discord talking to each other what's going on. Oh, Nelson getting really loose off of 2, allowing the whole entire field to catch up to him. What a great catch that was, but here comes the rest of the field. He had built himself up to about a second lead over the whole field, got loose, and allowed everybody to catch up to his bumper. Oh, everyone banging the wall. Nash looking to the inside of Forns, going into 3. Forns doing a really good job of holding that outside line. Going to get the runoff on corner exit. No, Nash just able to clear him. Well, Michael Nash has had one eventful race. Selspun coming off a 4 on lap 30. Well, before lap 30. Assumed the lead, was coming to pit lane as the yellow came out. Chose to drive through the pits and still running in that 3rd position. I mean, Nelson had an eventful day too. Started towards the rear of the field, had to make his way up, and just got back on the lead lap a couple laps before that caution came out, which allowed him to assume this first place position. But once again, we have about 5 cars breaking away from the field as he's not on the lead lap, but Justin Adams leaving that second pack as Gary Sargent gets in the wall right behind me of Joseph Willoughby. Joseph Willoughby, another guy, was having a really strong race until some mistakes caught up to him, got the better of him, and put him multiple laps down because of required repairs. But he's still out there trucking away, trying to get some spots. These stupid notifications. Matt Ford starting to fall back in the clutches of the 26th of Tyler Lem. Michael Nash moved up to the P2, now looking to the inside of Benjamin Nelson. This is a battle for the lead here on lap 89 of 145. Everyone has to pit at least one more time. Oh, Nelson getting a little loose, really loose off of turn 2. Really loose. Able to collect it, loses a couple spots, falls back in the 4th. But a hell of a job there to keep it off that inside wall as they're almost 3 wide corner exit of 4. Let's go back while this is green. Let's watch Nelson really work the wheel here coming off the corner. Oh, wow. That is some magnificent driving there by the 125. He's really starting to fall back now on those older tires. But Michael Nash has a new face behind him. That last green flag run we had was Gary Sargent most of the way, but Tyler Lem now behind him. As I don't think, well, yeah, Lem wasn't behind him last time. We did on a different pit strategy. We're clicking down to the, coming up to the 100 lap mark here in a couple of laps. Your top 5: Nash, Lem, Davis, Nelson, Fords. Fords trying to get that pass complete on Nelson. Can't quite get it done. 4th is on fresher tires. This is your battle for 4th. So 125 trying to minimize the damage. Oh, almost contact there with corner exit. Matt's going to be looking to the inside. Dixon to the inside. The inside wall, that is. And I think Dixon... Oh, don't come back up on traffic. Whoa! So Matt Ford is going to regroup and try again here, going into turn 3. Benjamin Nelson's just too strong on the outside. You can see him. He's going to get a run off here, and there goes the 16 to the inside wall almost. Yeah, Nelson's just really strong in 1 and 2. All that ground Matt gains, he's going to lose. No, he's going to cut the nose off of Benjamin and be able to finally complete that pass. That Ford's just some aggressive driving here tonight. Big bundle of cars we got back here. You got Nelson starting to fall back a little bit on those older tires. Now, the one thing Nelson has, a lot of you guys don't, is Nelson does have one extra set of tires. These guys don't. Oh, contact into the wall. Sargent to the inside wall. Let's see what happened here to the good old Sarge coming off of turn 4, I believe it was. Gary trying to get that pass complete on Nelson. No, it's off of 2. Oh, he just ran Nelson tight. Nelson gets into the wall. Sarge trying to lock it down, but there ain't no saving that car once it does that. But in the meantime, Michael Nash spread that lead out to 2.2 seconds over the 26 machine. And if Tyler's not careful, he's going to have that 55 of Duke Davis breathed on his neck here pretty soon. Gary Sargent coming to pit lane. I don't believe it's a scheduled pit stop, but the fortunate thing for Gary is pretty sure he can make it from here. I wouldn't see why he wouldn't be able to. 46 to go. Yeah, he should be able to make it. The 48 at Adams looking to the inside. Multiple laps down, and well, he's trying to get one of his laps back the hard way. Adams is 10 laps down. As Jess Traub coming to pit, Benjamin Nelson coming to pit. Yeah, if I'm Nelson or Traub, I think a late race caution is something they're really praying for. As I don't know if that'll actually help them out. Because these guys are more than likely going to pit with probably about 20 to 25 to go. And even if they do about, let's say, 15 laps of racing, I mean, they're going to go back green flag with 5 laps to go, and I don't think that's enough time to really pass some people on fresh tires. everyone is hitting that wall for 4. We're currently watching really the only battle out on track. It is for the second place position, or if some of you negative Nancy's want to call it, the first loser. Currently the winner of that battle is Tyler Lamb. He has Duke Davis and Matt Fords pushing him hard right now. Oh, looks like Duke's looking to the inside, going into 3. Lamb into the wall, but he's going to get a drive off. No, loses too much momentum going into the wall. Duke Davis into second. Now Matt Fords is there to try to take over that podium spot. Lamb into the wall yet again. It's something we haven't talked about yet about these cars here. You know, really everywhere we go is all that dirty air you get into going into the corner, going 150 miles an hour plus. It really tightens that car up. Oh, Lamb into the wall yet again. Into the wall again. Matt Ford getting a run. Someone's got loose to the inside. Not sure who that was. I believe that was a 48. Having issues. Oh, who was that? Someone was shooting to the inside. As Gary Sargent back to pits. That might have been who it was. But Michael Nash still leading the way here with about 35 to go. He is going to have to pit one more time. But Michael Nash pretty much got this in wraps if he can keep his entrance to pit road clean. As Duke Davis hitting the wall off of turn 2 there. Duke Davis having a really solid run too, up 13 spots from where he started from. Duke Davis starting pretty much dead last in that 15th spot. He has made his way through the field here, 35 to go. And looking at getting himself a nice podium finish. The first podium finish he has had, if he can wrap this up since I've started broadcasting for these guys. He's been out there running good week in and week out and just has not been able to put all the pieces together and complete the puzzle, but he's looking to do that here tonight. As he's coming to pit lane this time by, and yes, my prediction right, Matt Ford's right behind him. So Ford and Davis coming to pit lane. No other takers as of yet. Let's see what the 60 of Michael Nash does here. Michael Nash not going to pit. As Duke and Matt are coming off the pit lane, Nelson's going to go by. And for the time being, Nelson's going to be in front of them. Michael Nash still out there probably trying to run this tank dry, knowing he only has one set of tires left. $31 to go this time by. Yeah, going back here with the guys who had just pitted, Davis and Woolworth, as they try to make their way back to the field. They're really trying to chase down that 125 of Nelson, who last pitted 12 laps ago, so you know he's good till the end. And if a caution does happen to fly, Nelson not only would be the lucky dog, he would also be have a set of tires. As I think Nash is coming to pit lane this time by. Yes, he is. Michael Nash at pit lane. Put Tyler Lem in the lead for the first time tonight. Not too far behind Lem is the 16 of Mitchell Williams. And this is actually going to cycle Nelson to the lead once everyone comes to pit lane. Nelson trying to get around Mr. Lem the hard way, and he is. So Nelson back onto the lead lap. As another thing I just noticed, Duke Davis pit those like couple laps sooner than Nash, has put him in front of Nash for the time being. Matt Ford's trying to make his way around him, and this is actually the battle for second now, once pit stops are said and done. I don't know if these guys have enough time to chase down Benjamin Nelson. These guys are probably about, I would say, 7 or 8 seconds behind him with 25 to go. Nash looking at the inside of Duke, almost contact there. Using a little bit of air to push him up the track. And Nash is going to move himself back up into 5th, or what's going to be 2nd when everyone else comes to pit lane. Lem, Williams, Dixon yet to pit for the final time here tonight at Darlington. That was a crucial pass there for Nash, knowing he's faster than Duke Davis and Matt Fords, to try to really reel in that 125 of Benjamin Nelson. As Nash will put himself back on the lead lap, and yeah, I was right. That gap about 7 seconds as we take a look at some last lap times. 7 seconds. Nelson, 5 tenths slower, half a second slower than Michael Nash. I gotta stop saying that name. 22 to go. I don't know if Nash should close that gap. It'll be a tough task for that 60 car. He will chase down Benjamin for that win. What do you think? You guys think, please turn the lights on? The lights are on. What are you talking about? Alright, anyways. Simone being Simone. You know what? I think I'm second guessing myself. I think he is going to chase him down. Last time by, Nash 3/10 quicker. This time by, Nash almost 6/10 quicker. That gap down to just over 5 seconds. As Dixon coming to pit lane. No, it was not. What do you... Shut up, Simone. That gap between Nelson and Nash about 4.5 seconds now. $19 to go. Nash is closing, but at some point, that tire wear is going to even out. Gap down to about 3.5 seconds between the 125 and the 60. $18 to go. Lim and Williams have still yet to pit. That gap now down to about 3 seconds. Williams comes in, Lem coming in, and this is really going to be able to tell us what that gap is. There it is, 2.5 seconds between the 60 and the 125 as we take a look at their stint length. You see 15 laps. That is the difference in tire wear between these two. $15 to go. It's now a 2-second gap. I don't know. He might be able to get him. Now down to under a second. Now the real question is, did he burn up too much of his stuff trying to... Whoa, don't do that. Trying to close the gap. $12 to go. Nash is there on the bumper, and they come out of 4, come to 11 to go here at Darlington. Can Michael Nash do something I have yet to see someone to do? Beat Benjamin Nelson at a oval. When I say oval, I'm talking a non-super speedway oval. This is where it gets hard to pass. 10 to go. Now that gap's starting to grow a little bit, up to a 5. Down to a 4-5, 4-4. Roll through 1 and 2. 4-1 as they exit turn 2. Nash loses a little bit of momentum going down that backstretch, but he closes the gap down. Entering turn 3 and 4. Down to a 3-5 as they exit 4. 9 to go. That gap now at 2-7, 2-5. It's where Nelson's a little bit quicker is when he exits turn 2. He's able to get a better run off than Nash. But Nash able to close that gap into 3 and 4 as they go down the backstretch here. Go down 3 and 4. Nash really able to close that gap. Well, he did last time. This time he actually lost a little bit of ground. Like 8 to go. 3-2 the gap. And this just proves how hard it is. He caught Nelson like crazy. Now he's there on the back bumper. He just can't get around him with that gap of 1-9, 2-0. To come out of turn 2, coming to 7 to go. Nash is there. Here comes Traub and fresher tires. Will he play effect in what's going on here? Traub trying to get back on the lead lap. Oh, not Traub, my bad. Lem. Higher limit is trying to get back on the lead lap if a caution happens. He's trying to also mess with the lead as they're there. Contact between the 60 and 125. Contact between the 26 and 60. As now Nash is going to have to regroup that gap to a 3-3 as they enter turn 1. 6 to go this time by. Oh, Nelson kind of squeezed up tight to that wall. It's going to allow Nash to close the gap. Nash going to follow Lem going into turn 3, looking down low. Leaning on each other as they exit 4. Nash got the momentum. Dead even going down the front stretch. 5 to go this time by. Oh, contact between the leaders! But they keep it going. Nash can have to regroup again all over that back bumper corner exit. 4 to go this time by. I don't know, Nash, if he gave that back or if he just got that slow. Oh, they're still dancing around. Four to go, coming to 3 to go. Here comes Willoughby. Oh, they're leaning on each other again. Corner exit of 4. But this time Nash has the advantage. No, Nelson gets the run off. Go through 1 and 2. Nash trying to side draft to 125. He's there. Nelson in the wall, but Nash still can't complete that pass. Nash is going to have to drive it in deep one of these corners. Oh. And these guys are putting on a show. 2 to go this time by. Nelson in the wall, 1 and 2. It's really going to slow him down. There goes Nash by. Now roles are reversed. Nash can have the high side. Coming to 1 to go, and these two have put on a show in these closing 8 laps. What does Michael Nash have left for the 125? He's going to have to try to get a run off here, a quarter exit of turn 2 to have a shot. And he's going to get that run off. He's going to look to the inside going into turn 3. How deep does he drive it? Does he use the bumper? No, Michael Nash going to have to settle for second after charging down the 125. Benjamin Nelson does one of the best jobs I've seen defending someone and going to collect the win here at Darlington. As now who's going to finish in P3? It's going to be Duke Davis. That finish is right there that shows how much respect these guys have for each other. I'm almost positive when we go to the interview, Michael Nash will tell us he gave that spot back after making contact with Benjamin Nelson coming out of turn 2. Almost positive. Benjamin Nelson burning it down, probably one of the most well-deserved burnouts we've seen here in No Toad Cup Series. Wow, what a race. What a race. Oh my god, that was intense. Wow. Well, we got some people in the podium finishers. Let's go ahead and pull in our first top 3 finisher, Mr. Duke Davis, get his first podium finisher since I've been broadcasting. What's going on, Duke?
Hey, what's going on? It's your second one. I got one at the end of last year, but who's counting?
Did you? Oh, that's right. You did. That's
exactly.
right. You know what? You leave my short-term memory loss alone. Maybe one of these days you'll get that win.
No, I hear you, man. That was a heck of a finish. I didn't get to see it. I'm looking forward to going back and watching it. Mike Simone was giving us the play-by-play there.
Oh yeah, it was probably one of my most favorite finishes to broadcast. Those guys put on shows last 8 laps. But man, talking through that race, you started toward the back. Pretty sure you just didn't qualify. You and Forens were battling out there for quite a bit. I wish I saw y'all's battle at the end of the race. It looked pretty good too. But talking through that race, man, so, I don't know. I don't think I recall you banging the wall too much. So talk through that.
No. I only got a couple of the old Darlington stripe there. No, I mean it was a fun race. I was keeping an eye on track temperature. It started off hot and actually started to cool down as the day went along. So the track was definitely getting more grip as we were going on. I was probably 3 or 4 miles an hour faster on exit speed at the end of the race there on old tires than we were at the beginning of the run at the beginning of the race on new tires. So that adds the dynamic to it. And then you had what plays out so oftentimes is just the strategies, right? A wise man once told me, whenever you can get tires under yellow, you probably should, especially when you're in that window, right? And worked out strategy-wise in our favor. Ben rolled the dice. It didn't work out as well for him, but he's got more talent in his pinky than I do in my whole body. So on 30 lap old tires, he's able to lay him down like I am on freshies. So he got. I will say he got lucky. He's fantastic driver. He got really lucky though, because it seems like Michael got around him, but then got a little squirrel. So it was a good race.
Yeah, man, talking through that tire strategy, I was surprised when I pressed info and said you guys only have 3/8 set of tires. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
So in No Toad, the one thing I love about the league is that you just get a lot of green flag runs. As you can tell, our cars are completely set up for the long run. There's a lot of setup things I think people ignore, especially with these next gen cars. Even in a fixed race with the variables that you can change. So we had our setup for the long run, and we were banking on long green flag runs like we get in this league all the time. So at the end there, we noticed in practice that the tire fall off gets really drastic about lap 30. So we broke that last stage down. And then I took tires with 30 to go. And if I got a green-white checker, I'd have probably been screwed. Actually, no. I lied because I would have stayed out, right? So the waiver rounds would not have got the waiver
Yeah, and
rounds.
that's another thing I was noticing. It seemed like even on older tires, it was really hard to pass here. So,
I think what made it hard to pass is when it got loose. Everybody is really respectful. Again, appreciated about this league is everybody drives really respectful, and I think people were just really scared that they were going to throw it in a little bit too hard in there and take somebody out. So,
all right, man. Well, congrats on that podium finish here tonight.
Thanks, buddy. You have a great night.
You too. All right, next we'll pull in Mr. Michael Nash. What is going on, Michael? Uh-oh. We lost him. Let's give him a couple seconds to try to join back in somewhere. Doo-doo. Okay. Oh, there he is. Okay. Try this again. Let's try this again. You there, Michael?
Yeah, I was trying to. I had to go Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I forgot I had to do push to talk for the chat room. How are you guys?
Hey, man. First and foremost, thank you for probably putting on one of the most exciting finishes I've ever got a broadcast. You and Nelson definitely put on a show there to finish the race. Couple questions I gotta ask you. First question is, when you came to pit lane and the yellow came out, why did you not complete your pit stop there?
You know, we were talking about that in the pace laps afterward. I must admit, I don't know the rule. So I was afraid to pit. I was afraid I'd get a penalty, so I just drove on through.
Yes, because I was like, unless I'm wrong, as long as you get in the pit lane to that commitment line before the yellow comes out, you can complete your pit stop as much as you want. So I was kind of shocked when I saw you come back to pit lane, and I'm like, what is he doing? And so that answers that question that you didn't know. Second question I got for you: when you and Nelson got into it coming off our turn 2 with I think like 5 or 6 ago, and you both got loose, did you let up to give that position back, or did you just lose that much speed from the contact?
I was turning him, or I felt like I was turning him, and so I lifted. And I don't know how he saved it, but that really it was lifting and the contact, because I was scared. I was in his quarter panel and was really afraid I was going to finish turning him when we got loose together.
All right, man. I gotta ask you, those closing laps when you got to him, I think we got to him with like 8 to go. What do you wish you would have done differently to get that win?
Well, there was. First of all, probably should have been a little more patient, but I knew he was going to be hard to pass, and it was going to take several tries. But there was one point where we were in 1 and 2. He started scraping the wall. I heard him scraping the wall. If I got my angle right off 2 and didn't get my own self in the wall, I'd have had him, I think.
All right, man. Well, sucks to come up one spot short, but you guys definitely did put on that show for that finish. Different pit strategies, unfortunately, didn't work out in your favor. Surprisingly, with him on 30 lap older tires, but unfortunately, won't be doing North Wilkesboro next week. So good luck there. I think when I come back to broadcast, you guys will be going to Charlotte. So what's your hopes on that race?
One of my favorite tracks. I love the mile and a halfers. Actually, Darlington's my all-time favorite. So I really enjoyed this race, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I enjoyed Charlotte's a fun rhythm track and smooth. It's bumpy, but it's got a smooth rhythm to it. So I think it'll be fun. And I'll tell you, you finishing within a second of Benjamin Nelson, I call a victory.
That's a victory in itself, right?
Absolutely.
All right, man. Congratulations on that P2, and thank you for putting on a hell of a show at the end of that race.
Thanks, fellas.
All right, let's pull on a race winner, Benjamin Nelson. What is going on?
Woo! Oh yeah.
I was about to say, I think out of all the races I broadcasted, I think that's the one that you, I hate saying it, but you earned, because, man, you had to drive the absolute wheels off that car those closing 8 laps or so. Talk us through the final 8 laps with Michael there.
I'm not sure how much older my tires were, but they were older. Man,
18
we were
laps.
we were both making a lot of mistakes there when we were battling, but we were leaning on each other, hitting the wall. That's I don't know how I was able to even stay in front of him because I was all over the place. But that's a legendary battle. That's really all I could say about it. That was great. That was so much fun.
Like I told Michael, it's probably in the top 3 of the most fun I've had broadcasting a race to end the race. Just you guys leaning on each other, banging the wall, getting loose. I'm like, what in the world am I watching here?
I can't believe that we actually did that and neither of us wrecked. So I can't wait to go back and watch it, to be honest with you.
Well, man, you drive out here, you drive home, have no practice on this track, get it figured out. At any point in that final run where you kind of like, shoot, I should have pitted on that last caution.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to save a set of tires for, a caution if we had one, but it didn't happen, and I put myself in that position at that point. So I was like, well, if I get a good enough gap, I can maybe hold them off. But man, those tires were way faster than I thought they were going to be. So I had a lot on my hands that last run.
Like you did, dude. But like I was telling Michael, I won't be there for Wilkesboro as I'll be going to the actual race. Thank God. So next time I see you guys will be at Charlotte. You are probably like Michael and me and every other iRacer that just loves going to Charlotte, unless I'm wrong.
Well, I do, except I know I won't be at that race. So,
Oh, that's right. You'll be at the Coke. Oh,
yeah,
no.
there's no way I'll be at
Yeah, no. No, there's
'cause
not.
I'm staying at a hotel anyway, so I'm not even trying to come home.
All right, well, I guess next time I see you will be... Oh, God. When will that be? Worldwide
3
Gateway.
weeks. Yeah, that's
Oh.
not necessarily my favorite track, but it's unique. I can say that. So
Yeah, that it is. Very unique. If I'm not mistaken, Gateway is probably the only mile... Not only oval track, I will downshift twice in a quarter in these sections.
yeah, I think it's like 1 1/8 mile. It's something like that. Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is going into turn 1. Depending on the car and these sections, I'll shift all the way down to third gear.
Yeah,
So.
I haven't raced these there yet, but I've raced the trucks there numerous times, so it's fun.
All right, man. Well, yet again, congratulations on that victory here tonight, and I guess we'll see you at Gateway.
Yeah, well, I wanted to say before we
Go
get
ahead.
off, I wanted to commend Michael there. He gave me a lot of breaks there. I didn't necessarily give him much, but I was fighting on a bit of a disadvantage there, so trying to get everything I could without being dirty. So he was really, really respectful though, and I commend him for that.
Yeah, you made that car 5 lanes wide in the final 8 laps, no doubt.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that can battle like that here. It's really tough. Props to him, seriously.
Yeah. Props to both y'all being able to collect those cars after that turn 2 contact. That was insane.
Yeah, that was the biggest break he gave me.
You had another scare off of turn 2 as well in older tires. You got wicked loose or something. You shot down to the inside wall. Your bumper probably came within 2 inches of hitting that wall.
Yeah, I had 2 of those. That one you're talking about was the second one. I definitely didn't want to do that, but it went that way, and I was like, okay, we're just trying not to wreck you.
All right, man. Yet again, congratulations on that win.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right, so that will conclude tonight's broadcast. ARCA for Noto, they will be live tomorrow night. Gen 4 series at Auto Club. 900 horsepowers of absolute fun. 80 laps there. And then next time, Cup is live. That I will be doing with Charlotte, but they will be doing North Wilkesboro. I may try to do a race replay if I get a chance. I'll talk to Gary about it. Maybe. If not, I'll see you guys for Cup next time at Charlotte. Y'all have the safe